Our cameras were on the scene as police surrounded 4 homes and a business. From Norwich and Government Avenues in Elmwood to Redonda Street in Transcona and Edison in North Kildonan. It was dubbed Project Flatlined. The targets? The Hells Angels and their associates. CTV's Caroline Bargut is live tonight on Autumn View Drive. What can you tell us, Caroline, about the raids?
Well, Gord, the main target of this operation was Dale Sweeney. Now, he is the president of the Manitoba chapter of the Hells Angels. Sources tell CTV News he was arrested at the Winnipeg airport early this morning. His family, however, were inside their Autumn View Drive home at 7:45 a.m. when police surrounded it. One by one, Winnipeg police moved in on their targets. This home, owned by the president of the Manitoba chapter of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, Dale Sweeney.
Well, it was a little surprising. I mean, I always wondered if this day would ever come, because I knew who they were.
Leon Cole says police came to the neighborhood several months ago, knocking on doors, alerting people living nearby that a gang member had moved into the area.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Something you don't see every day, that's for sure.
Colin Bryant and Jordan Muse were working on a home across the street when police pulled up and asked them to clear the area. And while the sudden police presence was unexpected, it didn't come as a complete surprise.
When we were here in the summer, there were a couple bikers that would come in and out, check the house too, so.
Across town, police raided Sweeney's auto repair shop in Transcona, as well as 3 more homes, 2 in Elmwood and 1 in North Kildonan, where known gang members and associates were living. Police made a number of undercover buys. Cash and drugs also seized in the bust.
Which is pretty darn scary because I run a daycare.
The project, dubbed Flatlined, began in September after a violent gang war erupted between the Hells Angels and their support crew Redlined and their rivals, the Rock Machine.
As a result of our problems over the summer, this is just a continuing piece of that to show members of these types of organizations that we're committed to shutting them down.
In all, 11 people were arrested in the Friday morning takedown. Sweeney's brother Rodney among them, as well as a 3rd full-patch Hells Angel. Several Redline members, associates, and prospects were also rounded up in the police net. And officers say this is just the beginning. A search warrant was also executed on a property on Fairhaven Road today. In all, 11 people were arrested, 3 full-patch Hells Angels members, 8 of their associates. Some were picked up during the raid, others were picked up during traffic stops. There's still warrants out for a couple more people, but overall, police say this operation was a success.
All right, thanks for this. CTV's Caroline Bargut reporting live tonight.
Now CTV's Caroline Bargut joins us. And Caroline, it's kind of a holiday Monday. Is it getting busy there?
Is it a holiday Monday?
Well, for some people it could be.
Not for us, it's not, ladies. Actually, it is sort of getting busy here today. There's been quite a few buses coming through here. Today is the first Monday. Yesterday, as you know, rapid transit kicked off in the city. There is the schedule right there. There's 13 routes that run through Osborne Station, which is where I am standing. Every 2 to 3 minutes during rush hour, you're going to see a bus come through. But I did want to show you something super cool. I just found this out a couple minutes ago, and I'm really excited about it because it's not very warm out here. Look at this. This is a heater button. You hit this button and look up. You can actually feel a bit of heat come down on you. So if you're waiting and you're feeling cold, you can actually hit this button. I wish they told me about this an hour and a half ago, but now that I know, we're going to be using this. In about 10 minutes, I'm going to speak to the man who designed this place. There's a few other cool little gadgets in this place, and I will ask him about that, and we will share that with you in about 10.
Stay warm, Caroline.
Be careful what buttons you press, Bargut.
Yeah, that's a good point, Eleanor. That's a good point.
Thanks.
The blaze broke out on Albert Street, and that's where CTV's Caroline Bargut is tonight.
Caroline, do we know how it started?
Well, Gord, investigators are still trying to figure out exactly how this fire started and where it began. But what we can tell you is fire crews fought very hard to make sure the fire did not spread to the Royal Albert Hotel, which is right next door, and they succeeded, although it did sustain a little smoke and water damage. But unfortunately, this restaurant, music store, and a small heritage home could not be saved. For hours, firefighters tried to put out the blaze, but flames kept flaring back up. so crews continue to battle.
Unfortunately, my car happens to be right next to the building that's burning.
When Julius Wise parked his car Thursday morning, he never imagined this is what he'd find when he returned to pick it up.
I started to wonder whether I'd still have a car left, and they said I'd had to leave it there for the time being because it was too dangerous to go to the building.
Witnesses watched the chaotic scene unfold as the owners of one of the businesses made their escape out of a burning building.
They just got as much stuff as they could, basically a few bags, and they were choking and coughing trying to get out of there because there was flames shooting out the back and you could see the building collapse down.
In all, 3 buildings were completely engulfed. Ken Hong Restaurant, the Wharf Music Store, and an old heritage home built in the late 1800s. None could be saved. Ken Zafman owns them all.
It saddens me to see it burned out, and it saddens me because there were tenants there and they had viable businesses, and I'm sorry to see that those businesses won't be able to continue.
CTV News was there in 2008 when Zafman took his $10 million redevelopment proposal to City Hall.
We have a vision for the St. Charles Hotel.
A vision to turn these old buildings into a restaurant, boutique hotel, and patio. And while he says this is not the way he wanted to do it, plans to revamp the area will go on when it's safe to do so. The cause of the fire is still unknown, but it's not considered suspicious. Caroline Bargood, CTV News, Winnipeg.
Well, when the NHL announced last week that Winnipeg would be the newest home for a professional hockey franchise, only one real question remained. Would fans help the team reach its goal of selling 13,000 seasons tickets? Today, the hockey-hungry people of Winnipeg answered that question in quick fashion, snapping up every available seat just 17 minutes after they went on sale. CTV's Caroline Bargood reports.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, let's roll, boys.
7 people, 6 computers, 1 goal, to score 2 seasons tickets to Winnipeg's newest NHL franchise. Their strategy, simple, to keep trying until they get through. The dream seemingly within reach.
We get to see the best team in the National Hockey League, the Leafs, play on a couple times a year. So aside from that, we'll get to see the Jets play, which is okay too.
The drive to sell 13,000 seasons tickets began Wednesday, a day after it was announced an NHL franchise would be coming to Winnipeg. 7,000 pre-sale seats were sold in 3 days. The remaining 6,000 released to the general public today, gone within minutes.
I thought for sure we were going to get tickets. I didn't think it was going to sell out that fast, but there's a lot of crazy hockey fans in Winnipeg.
Winnipeg fans so crazy for hockey they committed a small fortune to secure a seat for a minimum of 3 years, a first in NHL history.
True North says it just guaranteed every single seat in this arena will be sold out 41 nights a year for the next 3 to 5 years and beyond. It's a precedent-setting move made right here in Winnipeg, and True North says other NHL markets will be sure to take notice.
Long-term commitments to revenue create sustainability, and the issue has always been, in any market, sustainability of professional sports franchises.
The international spotlight now shines on this small city in the heart of the Canadian prairies that's showing it can be done. From waiting more than 15 years for a team of its own to selling out the first 5 seasons of a game that's yet to be played on home ice. Proof these fans say the NHL belongs here. Caroline Bargood, CTV News, Winnipeg.